Hi, my name's Amy and welcome to my YouTube channel, Twin Flames 1111. So today I'm obviously going to do a video on, twin flame signs, just the signs that you've actually met your twin flame. The first sign is going to be you're not looking for a twin flame. You're no pursuing anything. These people, twins, usually come into your life at the most unexpected times, and you lock eyes and you've just got this instantaneous kind of chemistry, like this wow factor. You strike up a friendship very, very quickly, and it's like anybody that has got a twin flame, it is a very, very rare thing to have, and you will find that not everybody has a twin flame. Twin flames are very, very rare, right? But all I can tell you is usually from birth and onwards, you've just felt like there's something missing in your life, and you don't know what it is, and you're searching for something continuously because there's a gaping hole inside of you, an emptiness that can't be explained. You know, some people turn to drug addiction, chaotic lifestyles, careers, women, men. There's a bit. It doesn't matter what they do or how far they search. It ends up in heartache and spiritual decay every time, and they're just kind of going round in circles for years trying to find something to fill this emptiness, and whatever they do find, it fills a gap for a wee bit, and then it just turns into spiritual despair and heartache. So what happens is when you meet this person, this twin flame, it's usually just comes out of the blue. And this is where I'm going to get into the signs that you've met your twin flame. You know, some people, every story is different. You know, some twin flames they've always known each other. Some twin flames, they just met randomly at a bar one day, or they worked together. But whatever happens, when you meet this person, it is probably one of the most least expected experiences you'll ever have in your life, and there's like an absolute crazy energy drive. Like there's just this compulsion that you need to be around this person, but you just don't know why. Logically, you just do not know why, right? But this person is just, as I say, it's like you feel complete. You feel like there's a kind of togetherness, and that loneliness and that emptiness that you've been trying to get rid of all your life, that person just completes that, and but you'd maybe not quite recognise that at first. You just know that there's something very, very special about this person, and you're very, very drawn to them in every way. You know, a lot of people get the twin flame relationship dynamic, they sometimes you can mistake it for a love relationship, and it is a love relationship. It can be a romantic relationship. You will find that it's like the ultimate love story, as they say, and that is true, certainly for the beginning stages of the twin flame relationship. That is certainly true. There's just this instantaneous connection that you cannot explain. The second sign I'm going to get into is that there's always barriers. There's always barriers, whether there's people who's maybe in marriages or in current relationships, or it could be that people don't agree with, like, you and the twin flame, right? Like, there's always some sort of barrier between you and that person, right? And which kind of causes problems for you to actually stay together. So I'm going to move on to the next sign, and basically obsession. So you meet this person, as I say, it's amazing. You can't get this person out of your mind. you're just compulsed to be around them. You just don't know why. But there's also, as quickly as it becomes obsession, it can also become repulsion as well, and doubt, right? Because how can you meet a person out the blue that can bring up such amazingness and such a wow, the wow factor, and so quickly? So you end up, like, you'll find that one's quite logical and the other one's quite emotional, and the logical one will question it because they still look at the realities of the world and what's right and what isn't right, what's morally right, what's morally wrong. And obviously what the twin flame connection is triggering a lot in them, which is telling them that this isn't right, this is wrong. So the next sign is doubt, right? And basically, if you think the twin flame relationship is like the twin flame union is some easy ride, then you are sadly mistaken. It is going to be the biggest roller coaster of your life. And what it does is it starts off with the ultimate romance, sexual, physical, emotional and spiritual level, right? So you are connected through everything. This person just absolutely comes in from nowhere and just rocks your world, absolutely rocks your world. And what happens is your energy just goes out of control inside, and you can't explain it. Certainly, when I came across my twin, I felt my heart beating. I could physically feel my heart beating in my chest. I didn't know what twin flames are. I didn't have any concept of twin flames. I just knew that I felt really compelled, and I felt an excitement around this person, even though we'd separated on and off for years and we spent mere years apart in what we did together, which leads me to the next sign, which is quick conflict in personality. So when you get together, it's amazing, wow, and then the roller coaster starts. And have you ever heard the term the yin yang? Well, that's what the twin flame is. It's the yin yang component. So as much as this person brings out the best in you at first, what happens is the more you're around this person, it brings out your darker side, the darker side of your personality, the darker side of your soul, and it becomes this love-hate relationship, but yet you still feel you're still obsessed with each other and compelled to be around each other. And basically this leads to a lot of confusion, resentment. One of the twins know, and the other twins kind of denying the connection. They know, but they're denying it and going, no, this isn't good for me because of this reason, that reason and that reason, and they will do everything to discredit this connection. So the next sign is twin flame relationships usually end very, very quickly and very sporadically. As quick as they go together, as quick as they'll fall apart. So the honeymoon period will last a couple of weeks, and then conflict of personality, doubt, confusion, distance. There's just it brings up the worst insecurities in you that you've like you've maybe not been that insecure a person in past relationships, or you've maybe been a very attractive looking person, or you've maybe been been a really successful person and you've maybe had the world at your feet, and then this person comes into your life and they just highlight all these insecurities that you didn't think you had, and it brings out the devil in you. It brings out the absolute devil in you, and it quickly goes from love, romance to distance to crazy arguments, and but the twin flames' purpose is to speak the truth. And the truth, they will tell you. If there's anything you've been phony about, they will tell you straight. Like, no, you've been like this because of that, because yous are both the same soul. So you know when your twin flame's bullshit, and you know when your twin flame's lying, and that twin flame knows the same. So they're there to point out the truth to you, and that's, it's, as I say, as much as it can lift you up, at the same time, it can destroy you, and it causes a lot of craziness. So moving on, what happens is all this, anger, resentment, confusion, animosity within yourself, within your spirit and within your twin, leads to separation. And That's usually like the 6 week mark. And what happens is we go to the next stage of our journey. Now, that I can only speak for the chasers at this point. I've been a runner and I've ran for the Twin Flame Connection back in the years, and I remember as a runner I just dived into relationships. I just dived like just to forget about this person, because as much as like I didn't want it was like I didn't want it. I didn't want this connection. I didn't want this intensity, and this person that was just showing me unconditional love, and I was just like, whoa, you know what I mean? And I kind of was obviously more inside with what society would have thought, so I kind of done everything to kind of sever the connection, which forced him to, you know, wanting to leave me, and then me like getting that excuse and then and running basically, like, right, thank God for that, and then you move on. But the chasers, however, they, like, the runners don't really go through the same experience. But if you think the runners go through the dark night of the soul, they don't, because I've been that runner and I didn't go through the dark night of the soul, but I certainly found it hard to shake the twin flame out my mind, and I went on to substances, drugs, other men, other relationships, and just a life of chaos, which I didn't actually I wasn't consciously aware of the fact that I was just trying to like sever this, whatever it was that was going on with my twin. I knew deep down that I loved him, but I denied that connection. I denied it. I listened to my ego too much, and this isn't right, this is wrong, this is this is that, and I done everything just to get away from it. So, but what happens with the chasers, and I've been the chaser as well when the twin flames left me, is it basically forces you into dark night of the soul. Now, you've been out with somebody for a few weeks and you get through this level of intensity and craziness, and it brings out your worst and brings out your best, and conflict and confusion, and they like so quickly and so rapidly, and then one person leaves, another person's like, where they going, and they're chasing after the connection. What happens is the chaser will go into dark night of the soul, and this is like in complete insanity and numbness and depression, and it's like the worst despair you've felt in your life in your past. Well, times that with 10 and you're not even there. You are just completely obsessed with this person, and you cannot get this person out your mind. You cannot move on for this person. That they are just like, they're polluting your mind, they're polluting your dreams, and you're just like in the darkest place possible. You'll probably even feel like, you know, certainly my experience of going through dark night of the soul is brought me to my absolute knees. Any hopes that I had, any dreams that I had, any hopes of the future, everything just went dead on me. There was a complete chronic loneliness and emptiness and dark depression, and I just felt so stuck. And so alone, and like didn't know how to talk about it. I didn't know how to. It was just absolutely horrible. So what it does is it's. Imagine like the heartache you leave for a relationship, just a normal relationship, no a twin flame one, times that with 1,000,000 and you're not even there. It is one of the most chronic and worst and darkest periods of your life. And what it does is, we're moving on to the next sign, is it forces you into a relationship with God. Now you're just walking about numb, everything's just robotomous, you're just same shit, different day, no joy in life. I'm thinking about this twin all the time. You're maybe searching YouTube videos, you know, the twin flame, you know, and the best it is, my twin flame actually told me that I was his twin. He went through Dark Night of the Soul all the years ago, so this was my first experience of Dark Night of the Soul. And what happened is, like, what you'll do is you'll maybe search like twin flame, like you'll probably know, like some people don't even know about the twin flames concept. They'll just go searching on the internet, what is wrong with me, I'm cursed right now, what the hell is going on, and they'll go and search on the internet website, and then eventually what will happen is they'll eventually come across like twin flames and stuff like that, and that's what I'm experiencing. That was certainly my twin flames journey. Is with my journey, I already knew what the twin flame was because he told me. And that's what I'm saying. It was like the perfect relationship that just went to shit very quickly. And if anybody thinks that the twin flame relationship is some sort of romance, you're sadly mistaken. It is the most heartbreaking, soul-destroying relationship, which brings you to separation and which leads to dark night of the soul. You will not experience that after a 6-week fling. Twin flame relationships never last. There's always one wanting the connection more than the other, and there's always one running for the connection because they don't want it and they don't trust it. You will never have two twin flames that are on the same level, because the one's obviously maybe not ready, or when one's ready, the other one's not ready, or when the other one decides to be ready, the other one's not wanting it. So there's always conflict in the twin flame relationship, which leads to kind of separation. So you go through the dark night of the soul as long as it possibly takes. My only suggestion to them that's going through separation is you will be forced. This is the next sign. You will be forced into a relationship with God, because the pain is that unbearable, the despair is that unbearable, and you just want to die every day. And your world has just completely, like when they walked into your life and they flipped your world upside, like they rocked your world. Well, when they leave, your world just absolutely falls apart around you. Your self-care goes out the window. Your mental health deteriorates. Your dreams, your hopes, you're just completely dead inside, and you're in absolute utter despair within yourself, and you're searching. It's like, how can something so beautiful turn so tragic so quickly? So what happens is you end up, as I say, twin flame videos, this, that and other. You're just like, you're needing sort of what's going on. You start maybe, what does the divine masculine go through, and do they feel this? No, they go through a completely different experience, and you do not have to be male to be a divine masculine. You can be female. I've been a divine masculine, certainly in my twin flames journey. There was times where he was quite feminine and quite emotional and quite teary, and I was a bit like, right, okay, and I was like the kind of masculine dominant bossy man, and then it would kind of turn. So it's crazy. It's an energetic thing that you cannot explain. So please do not try and get the concept of twin flame. Please don't try and get it in your mind. So what happens is the final sign, relationship with God. I need to get rid of this pain. I need to get this person back, and you are forced onto your knees for a relationship with God. Please help me, please help me, please help me. And then next thing you know, twin flame websites, and then you start kind of praying, and then the next thing you know, meditation or whatever it is, you know what I mean? Like, I can't say how God's going to guide you, but what will happen is you'll start like your spiritual relationship with God, and then it'll falter when you feel a bit better. Then the dark night of the soul will come back, and then you'll go back to God again. So that will be a wee bit inconsistent at the beginning, and then eventually you'll just you'll have this consistency. Now, the reason how it was confirmed, the twin flame relationship wasn't confirmed with me in the relationship, even though my twin was introducing me to twin flame videos and was introducing me to what twin flames were, and like getting me to kind of understand like what the twin flame thing was. I got that, and I realised that I certainly didn't have synchronicities or dreams. According to him, he had dreams and synchronicities. I didn't, so I don't have any experience around that. But what I do know is through the separation, the pain forced me into a relationship with God and the divine. And what happened was, I had addiction issues with drugs and stuff like that. Came straight off the drugs like that. Came straight off prescribed medication that I was dependent on for years and tried so many times to get off it. Came off it like that. I didn't even lose sleep coming off it. Now, and I ended up with this pure nurturing relationship with God, and everything in my world just started to get better. I started to find peace within myself, and as I say, we both left this relationship. I was resentful. I felt rejected. I felt hurt. I felt abandoned. And I just wanted to end it all. But through him leaving me, it forced me into that. Now, I'm sorry, but a 6-week fling, no relationship breakup has ever forced me into working with my spirit. Now, that's when you know you're in a twin flame relationship. It's confirmed through separation, no through being together. And that's when you know. And this person, like them leaving you, have made a massive impact in your life, and your life turned out for the better. You know what I mean? As I say, when we first separated, my business fell apart, mental health, everything, my whole world just collapsed around me. And as I say, you know, when seeking that relationship with God, that is the purpose of the twin flame relationship. It's about seeking a relationship with God and letting God nurture your spirit and getting you to love yourself again, right? And then before I knew it, I didn't even think, I still think about the twin flame every day, but I'm not dependent on that. I became a better person and started helping people. Now I'm doing a twin flame website to obviously, like, twin flame YouTube channel to help other twin flames know and understand what they're going through. And this video will confirm to you whether it is your twin or no, because your life will change for the better once you're through the dark night of the soul and all the rest of it. Your life will change dramatically for the better, and you will change dramatically for the better. And you will realise that the reason why this person was in your path was because you have got a divine path, you've got a divine direction in life that God and the divine is trying to take you down, right? Whether it's with your twin flame or without them, right? What happens is you realise in the end that you don't actually need that person because you've not lost them. Your twin flame will always be there. And just because you're under together in union, and that's the power. You don't actually need this person in the physical. Their job has been done. Right? Their job is done. That they were supposed to come into your life, bring all this up, and create all this despair and dark night of the soul and all the rest of it, to force you into a relationship with God and to help you grow and change and prosper as a person. And as I say, I started to live a spiritual, changed my diet and everything. Started changing my diet, started changing my attitudes and around things in life. No really depending on money and this and that. Even though my business started booming, no really depending on that, because what I learned was peace within myself, and I have never had that in my life. So to go through that's a twin flame connection. I mean, so I hope that you's got something with my video, and obviously now I'm making it my mission as a twin flame specialist to help other twin flames in their journey, like through just doing my videos and putting that message out and planting a seed. This video might not resonate with everybody, but if you've got a twin flame and whatever it is I've just described, then whatever I've just described, if that resonates you, then you've met your twin flame. But I would suggest that you just let this person go. Somebody, a fellow twin, suggested to me to read Eckhart Tolle, The Power of Now, and so I started doing that, because while you're holding on to your twin, you're holding on to your ego, and your twin flame relationship is about soul, it's not about ego. And while you're still holding on to that ego, then there's not going to ever be a chance of union. Certainly for me, I was searching for that union again, but I ended up finding that I felt peace within myself, and I don't need to have him in the physical, and all I can do is love him from afar. And while I'm feeding my soul with goodness, I'm feeding his soul with goodness, because we've got the same soul. We've got the same soul. That's how simple it is. We're together anyway, whether he's in Timbuktu and I'm at the other side of the world, we're still together by soul connection. So if any of you, I obviously came to the conclusion that I didn't need my twin, but there's obviously people that are maybe wanting that union. So I suggest that you just work on yourselves, work on your spirit, work on your relationship with God, basically, and maybe practice the law of attraction. And who knows, you might get your twin back, or you might get to that stage a bit like myself where you don't physically need them, and the universe will bring you back together. You've not got an expectation on when they're going to return. You'll lose all expectation. That disintegrates, and it's like, well, if they're in my life, they're in my life. If they're no, they're no. That's the place you want to be in. And I know people don't want to hear that at first, but that's just the truth. And I would rather be in a place of power within myself, and independence, and no neediness, no clinginess, no dependency. I mean, to get from that place of that to independence and loving myself is more powerful than being in a union with a twin flame that causes a lot of pain and grief. So I thank my twin flame. I don't even know if they even realised that was their purpose in my life, but I know now that was her purpose, and he was sent by the divine. It's as simple as that. Now we're both getting on with our lives. He's probably excelling, and the more I excel in myself, I know that he's excelling, and if that's with or without me, I don't care, because that's unconditional love. Unconditional love is no placing an expectation on somebody, or because they're no way me, I'll not love them anymore. No, no, no. You will always love your twin flame. Your twin flame isn't going anywhere. You know what I mean? But you don't need to be together to love them. So if it taught me anything, it taught me unconditional love. So thanks for watching my video, and we'll see what I come up with next, because I'm just, Eckhart Tolle's book taught me it's about being in the moment. Right? Learn to be in the moment. So thanks for your time, and thanks for watching, and have a good evening, people.